I'm your host, Look123. You're joining me for Drumline Chapter 11. It's all fun and games until one of the cymbal players wants to grope your secret boyfriend. You're watching with growing horror as Willa runs her hands up and down the crotch of every drummer on the line. She's the judge in this measuring contest, and Laird is up next. Laird looks at you, his eyes wide with panic, and takes a second to realize that he wants to know if you're okay with this. Let him know I trust him. He looks at you in panic as Willa slides her hand up and down his crotch. You give him a wink to let him know it's okay. Jealousy boils hot and angry in your gut as you curl your hands in a fist, your nails digging in your palms as you force yourself to hold still. Laird's focus never wavers from you as she takes her time. You're about to detonate when she lifts the cup as bowls, but Laird coughs and takes a step back. He takes a few deep breaths to... Sorry, it's taking me a moment, hold on. It takes a few deep breaths to get yourself back under control, waiting to see if she would go for him again. Go ahead. I dare you. She doesn't make a move towards his crotch, but does place him firmly in front of Marco. Laird mouths that he's sorry, and that you give him a smile before whistling and catcalling with the rest of the crowd. Okay, Smith, you're all up. Let's see what you got. Willa wiggles her fingers and winks back at the crowd, playing it up. Her eyes go wide as she runs her hand down his groin. She pauses and glances from his crotch to his blushing cheeks and back to his crotch again. After miming, fanning herself, Willa guides Smith to the front of the line. And the cockiest snare this year? Well, I'm a snare player too. Aren't you going to check the size of my balls? Just to be fair. Oh. She glances back at Marco and Laird. Marco's nodding like a rabid hobblehead, and Laird is looking at you suspiciously. Oh, Reese is right for once. You need to rub her down too, Willa. Do it slow. Real slow. Ugh. It gets an eye roll for his obnoxious before you spread your legs slightly and hold your breath as you're nervous as hell. This is something I'm telling you, she's done the prank. I called this out last chapter. Willa reaches forward tenderly, almost as if she's worried that you're contagious. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Willa. It's not like you've never touched a vag before. Oh, oh god. Okay, we're done. You catch her wrist in your hand and place her palm boldly at the apex of your thighs. You've got one of your own, and if you haven't gone exploring down there by now, let me tell you, you're seriously missing out. Her eyes go wide as she traces and strokes the length of your giant dildo. You got tucked to a pair of spandex before the party. What the? Okay, I'm done. Oh my god. Well, I expected this, but I gotta say, this actually sets the line high. She gapes at you and drags her palm along the length for one last time, pressing firmly. You win. The people close to you step back like you're on fire and they have no intention of helping out. Aw, come on, guys. It's all fun and games till you lose to a girl. Marco slams into you out of nowhere and shoves his hand between your thighs, cupping you crudely. The blood leaves his face when his fingers meet the silicone. What the Smith! So, coming to the party with a giant dildo etched in your spanks to win a competition probably wasn't the greatest idea. But to be fair, it seemed really fun and playful when you came up with it. Gosh, Marco, if you wanted to fill me up, all you do was ask. Glance around the room to find Smith, who is trying to get through the curious onlookers, but he's getting stalled. Marco has bunched the hem of your dress up in his meaty hand, and you're exposed from the waist down. The head of your newly acquired giant phallus is sticking out from the bottom of your mid-thigh shapewear. Oh, thank God it's not real. Okay, there went the coughing fit. Oh, I knew it if I kept laughing. Suddenly, Marco, stumbling backward, bulldozed over the way, out of the way by Lard as he tears your dress from Marco's hand. Don't you ever touch her. Ever. You don't touch any woman like that, ever. Laird tucks you behind him and turns to look at the crowd, keeping you between him and the rest of the men. Like you have the rights to just reach between her legs without permission. I don't care if she has the sweetest vag known to mankind or the biggest dick to grace the planet. You ask! You get consent always. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, yeah, this is beyond funny as shit, but that's because we're like, think of it like this when you read these stories. You're kind of like God. You're watching everything from all sides, you know? Laird Bronson had never been sexier than in this moment. A gladiator among mere mortals. Do I make myself crystal fucking clear about how this drumline works? His voice is barely a whisper, which makes it all the more chilling. Marco backs away and catches your eye. His look says that you'll be paying for this. Yes, sir. Now, everybody, get back to doing what we do best, party! After Laird's speech, Marco catches your eye, and you see the rigidness of his stance and the dark hatred pinching his mouth. You know, then, that despite your victory, you'd be paying for this little prank tenfold. A shiver of foreboding skates down your spine. You know, I just don't get people like that. He's going to hurt me. He's going to get back for this. Filled with unexpected fear, you decide to leave immediately. You don't even say goodbye to Laird. Right now, you're in a fight-or-flight mode. Once you're safely back in the dorm, you have a chance to take a breath that isn't filled with dread, and you rethink your decision to flee without saying goodbye. I should call him. I mean, he did right. Think of it like that. I mean, just because Marco's a piece of crap. Laird was the knight in shining armor. You dial Laird's number, but it rings until it goes to voicemail. He probably can't hear over the crowd of bubbas. Hey, it's me. Sorry I bugged out without saying goodbye. It's probably a good bet that I shouldn't have pulled that prank. Anyway, I hope you aren't too bummed out that Smith's junk is bigger than yours. Sweet dreams. The next day, you're nervous about showing up to Laird's house. You're pacing back and forth in the room, talking to Sharky, your stuffed mascot. On one hand, I want to be perfect. On the other, what if everything goes to shit? Now that we're doing this for real. Perfect is overrated, honey. Jesus, I'm talking to a stuffed animal. That's not helpful. I have to figure out what I'm going to wear. Hey, I talk to me. I'd rather talk to a stuffed animal. Obviously, the latest planties, but do I go for sweet and flirty, sultry and seductive? Just what? I'll go for something sultry. Sweet. Really? Hold on. I mean, what's the real difference here? Hold on. I wish we could go, like, back and forth, back and forth. The real difference is it's just colorful, and this is, like, lined up and then goes up towards... Yeah. That's not really seductive to me. That is more seductive to me. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, as they say. When you're done getting ready, you head to Laird's townhouse. You're barely ringing the doorbell when he swings the door open. His scent reaches you first. Soap and bad ideas. And fairy tales all mixed up in a pheromone cloud. You can't resist. You shouldn't be here. Wrong. This is precisely where you should be. His hand closes around your wrist as he pulls you out of the endless Alabama heat into the air-conditioned house. Yay, he got his AC fixed. Before you can protest, Lair pushes you against the wall, his mouth on yours, and the kiss is desperate, hungry, and so damn hot. All rational thought flees your mind, your knees buckle, and you clutch at his shirt, letting his arm around your back support your weight. Right here, with me, in my arms. His tongue licks the seam of your lips, then plunges inside. A greedy noise spills from your throat. I'll never get enough of the way he tastes. Your skin seems to hum as he tucks your leg up to wrap around his waist. His mouth isn't the only thing pressed against you. There's no spark, no build-up. It's an instant inferno of need. Laird, we need to slow down, says who. His eyes bore into yours, snaring you with their very frustrated heat. You want this. I can feel how much you want it. Your mouth is swollen and pouty. There's no doubt in my mind that if I reach between those sweet thighs, I'd find you wet and ready. You're right, I do want you, but I didn't even take time to see what I'm wearing. Or, you didn't. It doesn't matter. You're gorgeous and everything. No, I'd keep looking in her eyes, and if you did gander, I'd be like, you're wearing that beautiful black outfit right now. That basically would look better on my floor. Ha ha ha! Pat and competent, it's mine. He presses his forehead against yours and takes a deep breath. Besides, Oscar's missed you, and there's nothing worse than a sad wiener. You finally register the ecstatic dachshund weaving around your feet and head-butting your calves. There's a well-loved tennis ball wedged in his mouth. Oscar flops down onto his side in a blatant surrender as you bend to rub his soft fur. Damn, Oscar, you don't have to be that whipped. You could make her work for it a little. I'm gonna leave you two for your little reunion while I throw the steaks on the grill. How do you like yours cooked? Well, make mine like yours. I don't eat steak that often, so I'll trust your judgment. Why not? Why not wine? Why don't you eat steak that often? Steak is awesome. I don't eat steak that often either, bro. I haven't had steak in years, bro. Stupid big mouth. I'm assuming because of the cancer. What? Why would you not be able to have steak because of cancer? They'd read articles, and suddenly my diet would change. I couldn't take a crap without my mother worrying about whether or not I was gonna get cancer from it. They were really, really overprotective. Laird backs away, looking stricken. No, listen, if you bring out the kid gloves my parents used around me, this is gonna be over before we even get started. You rise from your position on the floor, crossing to his side, squeezing his arm. My parents, look, they were crazy overprotective, but I've been in remission for a decade. I can have steak, I can march on the drumline, and I can even have naughty wall-banging sex with a hot guy if I want. I'm fine. If there are certain things that you can't eat, you have to tell me. I want to keep you around for a long time. He swallows hard, his eyes searching every inch of your face. Slowly, inch by inch, he relaxes. He notices in your eyes that this is a sensitive topic. How about this? No cancer talk tonight. At all. Not your history with it or mine. We won't even talk about the hospital. Eli, Amelia, none of that. He loops his arm around your waist and he draws your hips to his. Tonight we'll eat some fantastic steak, medium rare, because that's the only way to eat it, and talk about happy stuff. I mean, I've had medium rare and well done. It depends, really. Then, maybe afterward, we can revisit your statement about banging on walls. The smile you give him is radiant. That sounds perfect. Over salad, you talk about your early childhood, exploring the Appalachian foothills, climbing every tree, making mud pies, chasing geese. While you eat steak so tender you barely need knives, he tells you about the Mario Kart tournaments with Garrett and building Lego empires. And then I felt so bad that Garrett broke his arm that I found the steepest hill I could and rode my bike so I could crash into Morrison's fence at the bottom. Oh no. Why did you do that? Because Garrett was hurt and scared. I didn't want him to be hurt and scared alone. Your breath catches and your heart beats fast. You could love this man. Did you get hurt? Fractured an elbow, broke 2 fingers. See? He holds up his hand and points to his little finger, which is crooked at the joint. Yep, got that. Without thinking about it, you pick up his finger and place a kiss on the tip. There, all better. His eyes darken with lust and something deeper you're not ready to examine. So, I wore them. Like you asked. Wearing what? You rub your palms against your thighs, suddenly nervous. The lace panties. Ooh. Those 3 little words spur Laird in action. He scoops up your plates, dumps them in the sink before scooping you up into his arms. Where are we? He doesn't let you finish your question before he answers. Bedroom. Are you going to toss me on your bed like a caveman? I've got fantasies. Maybe later. Bow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, chicka. Laird takes the stairs 2 at a time, which seems heroic considering he's carrying you at the same time. You nearly laugh. Your laughter catches in your throat, though, when he deposits you on top of his dresser, right next to the mirror, and runs his fingers over your shoulders. He leans over to nibble the skin on your collarbone, and you spread your thighs to let him in closer. Do you like it when I tell you what to do, Reese? Your breath hitches, but he doesn't stop the lazy trail of kisses he's dropping along your neck and jaw. Like the underwear? I think you do. I think deep down there are times you don't want to be the one in control, when you get tired of trying to prove yourself. You bite your lip and peer up at him between your lashes. You've never found the right person, have you? Someone you trusted enough to let your guard down? Let him take charge for a while? A blush stains your cheeks, and you lower your gaze, so he doesn't see the heat in your eyes. I can give that to you tonight. I can be that for you. Just say my name. Say my name and tell me yes. Oh yes, Heisenberg! Just say my goddamn name. Laird, let me set the pace. As long as I get to be inside, fine. Laird captures your lips and plunges his tongue into your mouth as soon as you open it for him. Your hand and fingers explore each other. You learn every inch of him with your fingertips before he finally takes out a condom and sheaves himself. At your nod, he thrusts. Hips meet him halfway. It's frenzied, rocking passion. Waves of ecstasy crash over you as Laird plunges as deep as he can, sliding back out and slowly taking you over the edge again and again. You're wrapped around each other when he finally stops moving. Your breath is short, mingled, your lips are millimeters apart. It's never felt like that before. He leans back and pushes your tangled hair out of your face so he can look into your eyes. Did I hurt you? It finally occurs to you that you're still on top of Laird's dresser, breathless and quivering mass of jello. Oh, I imagine I'm going to be feeling this tomorrow, but it'll be the best soreness I've ever felt. He leans down and kisses your dimple with a smile. Then one. The question is soft, cautious, like he's afraid he'll scare you away with quick movements or loud sounds, and you smile. It felt right. Laird takes in a sharp, quick breath and blinks at you. Shit, did I say something wrong? He pauses and shakes his head. What's wrong? He was gonna say a 3-letter word, or a 3-word thing. Reese, there's nothing more right now, right than you and me at this moment. He dips his head and whispers in your ear, except finding it again, and again, and again. Laird disappears to take care of the condom and then comes back to pick you up off the dresser. Are you going to throw me on the bed, man, like a caveman this time? Over another round? Exhausted as I am? Laird bites his lips and looks like he's struggling for words, keeping an innocent look in is nearly impossible. Honey, if you're tired, we can absolutely take a nap. Good answer, but Laird? I'm not really that tired. That night, as you're falling asleep, you almost tell Laird that you love him. but you're not sure he's ready, and you're not sure you're ready either. Instead, you curl your body around his, you luxuriate in his heat and feel the skin next to yours. Kind of like he was gonna say it too. Typically when a guy goes, "I," and then stops, he was on the verge of it. So with that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. In the description below, links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. Finally, YouTube got back to me on Twitter. Would it be before or after people started calling them out? And they're like, "Did you get in touch with her?" And I just stopped reading. Because it's the same automated message shit that they're going to give people that even aren't content creators, and it really pisses me off. It's been weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of tweeting with videos that have almost 100,000 views. It's really pissing me off because let me be honest with you here folks. As a content creator, there's a reason why ads are at the beginning of the video. And please, hopefully, you, especially for small channels, you don't have your ad blocker on. Because, basically, it hampers, a short little ad that you can skip in 5 seconds. Or a survey that you can skip in 3 seconds. Or things like that. It hampers content creators, okay? So, basically, for every 1,000 views, you keep pennies in a bucket, drops of water, basically, in a bucket. Best analogy to put it. I can't give you because it's an NDA I've signed. We're not allowed to release exactly how much we make, which isn't shit for small creators like me. That's why I have links in the description for if you guys really enjoy my content enough. There's people who have sponsored my channel. There's people who have donated. There's people who have said, you know what, I'll subscribe to you on Twitch. I love your content. And basically by subscribing gives a couple dollars back to me as a content creator, or really any content creator you subscribe to. And it's really awesome for those who support my channel. If you're not able to do, that's fine as well. Just watching with your ad blocker off is a great way of helping to support. But basically, when you have a video that almost has 100,000 views, and it's been demonetized the whole goddamn time. And you've been waiting, you've done the manual appeal, you've done all that. I'm sorry for ranting, but as I cough, sorry. That's a lot of drops out of the bucket. That's a lot of drops. And also, while it's demonetized, depending on what's wrong with it, is also where it can cause a problem on the channel. So if it's registered as, above a certain thing, like if it's oh my god, I'm trying to remember, restricted mode. Where restricted mode, if you have it on, it's being blocked. That means a lot more views are not being able to see it. And I made a video about that, how you should turn off your restricted mode because there's a lot of content. It's stupid. YouTube's algorithm is just as idiotic as possible. And so finally they're getting back to me. I already wrote an email. Basically, their automated message is not going to help me, clearly. It's sad because they reply back to bigger creators like PewDiePie, Philip DeFranco, Boogie, even Matt Jarbo, as some of these people who have a bigger following than me. And it sucks because when you're a small channel, they just don't give a shit about you. You're not even worth the tweet. Even though you're earning them views, you're earning them, money. Even if you're not a monetized content creator, you're still earning them money. Keep that in mind because they put their own ads on your shit. So it's just really shit that they don't respect creators whatsoever. At least for the middle class and for the lowers, such as myself, they just don't respect content creators at all. And like I said, I'm sorry about ranting. It's just something that I had to get off my chest. I'm not gonna be able to stream tonight. So, because I have all this content, I'm trying to get done as quickly as possible, so that's one of the reasons why I just wanted to do a little rant. Let you guys know that, even as a small content creator, we go through a lot of shit with YouTube, and it's just annoying. It's just, it's a plight on my, it's like being sick every single day. Imagine it. You're sick every single day. I'm sick of YouTube's crap is what I'm sick of. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Thank you all if you endured my little, minute or two rant. And I will catch you all in the next video. Catch you all later. Peace.